You come from a more traditional filmmaking background, but now use technology and interactivity to tell stories.
Yes.
In what way does it enable you? What stories can you tell that you couldn't do with like traditional means?
The premise of my storytelling is different. That my objective is to make people conscious of their subconscious behavior.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, you watch a film and the narrative branches in real time depending on your emotion. So if you come into contact with a character and you're angry, the character's narrative will branch and change as if you're responding to a human being angry. And the objective is to make you conscious of how your emotions affect the narrative of the film, that in your own life, your emotions affect the narrative of your life.
Yeah.
So that you can kind of, once you're aware of that, you can neurologically reprogram your brain. If you don't want to always have angry characters around you, you can start to breathe and relax and respond, select a different response. So it's not the stories are different, it's where I'm placing you in the story. That you are a participant, where before maybe you were an observer, but this time you are influencing the narrative. So I would say I can tell the same stories, but from a different perspective.
So it's more about your personal experience than about the narrative.
It's more about, the narrative is an indicator, a feedback loop for you as a participant that you're part of and you can engage in and you can influence, as opposed to passively watching a film, which is, a traditional film will always have a role, but this is different. This is neurologically impacting you.
Yeah. But I, as a creator and as a user, struggle a little bit with interactive narratives always, because people tend to, interactivity is really strong, right? And people tend to optimize their behavior towards some goal. They try to win the game, right? Does it impact the experience if a player is optimizing towards some goal he wants to achieve and not really experiencing what you wanted him to experience?
This is like another question that you've just kind of hit out of the park, right? So with my Riot experience, I gave people a goal of, which was like my last big 2016 immersive film. I gave them a goal of try and stay calm, and then you could reach the end. And people's many people's competitive nature, they wanted to reach the end, and other people wanted to surrender to the experience. With the current experience I make, perception IO, perception input output, it was more about there's no objective, I just want you to respond purely to the character. So I gave people a different directive, and it was more about revealing who they are and also making them aware of potentially their bias too. So giving someone a goal, most people can get very competitive and want to win. So then they might just want to skip through the narrative to do that. And that's kind of what I saw a little bit, not all the time with Riot. So perception, I took away the goal, and it was just about immersing them in the experience.
So you think that worked better not having like fail and win states? Or it just is a different experience in a way?
I would say for Riot at the time, that was a good objective to have, an experiment. And as a creative, you try something and that's perfect for the time, and then you learn from it and you're like, hold on, let me try it, flip it around. And then you go, oh, let me flip 90 degrees, not 360. So I'm constantly seeing what works with participants, and I like this second way at this time where I'm not giving you a goal and you're just immersed.
Yeah.